Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My question is to the Premier. Mr. Speaker, in December 2013, the Premier apologized to the survivors of Huronia and said, quotes, "We will protect the memory of all those who have suffered, help tell their stories, and ensure that the lessons of this time are not lost," unquote. Yet in discussions on the future of Huronia, the survivors have been left out. The Premier's apology are empty words if the survivors of Huronia are not part of these discussions. How can the survivors expect to be consulted about the future of the Huronia property when last fall the government did an investigation of the sewage pipes of the institution's cemetery and didn't share the results with the survivors? I've had several conversations with the Minister of Economic Development and received no answers. They want to know if any bodies were disturbed in the cemetery. Will the Premier commit to honouring the survivors and engaging with them in discussions about the future of Huronia?
Premier.
Mr. Speaker, I appreciate the question from the member opposite, and I had the opportunity to express to her last week that I'm very concerned that we do work with the survivors as any changes are made to this site. I think it's a wonderful site. I visited it very early on when I was an MPP because I had constituents whose children had been there from the time they were 2 years old, and they were 50-year-old men at the time when I visited them, Mr. Speaker. So it was a very poignant visit that I made, and so that impressed upon me how important it is that as we go forward, whatever happens with this site, that we are very sensitive to the grounds and we're very sensitive to the usage going forward. So we commit to working with the survivors, Mr. Speaker, and I know that there is a more involved discussion going on with people in the community who have ideas for how they'd like to see the site used in the future.
Thank you.